Hello, welcome to this week's Talking Film. My name is Daniel, and we have Nick on the other side. And today we've pretty much just got like anything Comic Con, pretty much, because that's pretty much all let's talk about for the past week in terms of movie news and trailers and stuff like that. So, of course, we should get into the big one. That is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, because that's what everyone's talking about the past like 4 days or 5 days now. So
Yeah, yeah.
getting our thoughts of that. Nick,
Star Wars tried to get some excitement going and just basically talked about what we already knew. It
uh,
was Warner Brothers panel. It was DC that blew the roof off. I mean, Fox had a really good go at it too, but really Warner Brothers won Comic Con. Um, I really liked the trailer. Whew. I was much better than the first trailer. The first trailer was kind of boring. This trailer was actually really exciting, and I'm surprised. And I think my highlight was the highlight of the trailer was Lex Luthor. Eisenberg just seemed to be might be a really interesting villain.
is that a joke or are you serious?
I'm serious.
Uh, I couldn't take him serious at all in this trailer. He's pretty much the only thing I was let down from it,
I,
pretty much.
I think he's could be kind of. I know his dialogue was a little bit cheesy, especially towards the end of the trailer, but um, the red capes are coming, or whatever.
But red clips are coming.
The red capes are coming, but I think like based on I think his appearance and that I think he can. He's a good actor. I think he might bring something. I mean, Marvel's villains have been known for being a bit lackluster, and I'm hoping that maybe he will be a little bit more three-dimensional. Even if he's cheesy and full of one-liners, hopefully he's not going to be full of one-liners. It's a DC movie. It's not a Marvel movie. Anyway, the real kicker of the film will be Batman. I think Batman is going to be the where this gets interesting.
Hmm. It was funny how I don't think neither Batman or Superman even speak like a word in this trailer at all. But everyone else, the supporting players, are the ones that got the spotlight in this trailer.
Yeah, well, no, it was the proper first trailer for Batman vs Superman, and it did what its job was, and it got me excited, even though it's a Zack Snyder film, and I have zero faith in Zack Snyder. But it might be all right. It might be all right. It might be good. It might even be good. Wow, imagine if it's good.
Well, I'd give Zack Snyder like a round of applause because it'd be the first good movie he'll ever direct. So I don't I don't know. My expectations is like in the middle right now. There's good
Yeah,
things about it, but then there's bad things
my
about it.
expectations are about the same because the trailer I thought was amazing, but the fact that Zack Snyder's still directing it makes me think it's not going to be amazing. Because remember the Man of Steel trailers? How amazing were they? Yeah,
Yeah, I wasn't like crazy high for Man of Steel, but I was looking forward to it. I think it looked pretty cool the way they were bringing up the trailer.
I
Made
mean,
it seem
a lot of people, we should say, a lot of people like Man of Steel, and that's fine. But I did find a few faults with the film, and I didn't enjoy it that much. I thought it was a bit dark, and it would like just improving, just like bringing the color out a little bit more, adding a bit of color to the movie would have improved it greatly. Um, just felt a little bit too dark for Superman. Dark works for Batman. It doesn't kind of work for Superman. And I think maybe by introducing Batman into the sequel, they can kind of get away with the dark tone because Batman is at home in the dark tone. And I'm hoping though that there is a little bit more brightness, especially with the introduction of Wonder Woman and Superman returning, of course. Superman returning.
yeah. I just hope not all DC films are gonna be this like Dark Knight tone because it's getting a bit boring. I mean, they're doing the
Getting
same
repetitive.
over and
It's
over
getting
and over.
But the dark, serious tone has a lot of fans, and Marvel sometimes does get the better of Marvel. The light comedic tone sometimes does undermine Marvel's and
Mm.
Marvel a
I
little
find
bit.
Marvel I find Marvel balances the dark and the light.
Yeah, but I find that a lot of times Marvel's films are great on the first viewing, and like the more you watch them, the one-liners and the jokes just kind of get old. And whereas go back and watch the Dark Knight trilogy, and like it's still, even for all its flaws, it's still like it's aged very well. Whereas I find that some movies that I go back to from Marvel's Phase 1's really good, but I went back to Iron Man 3, for example, which I still really love, but the jokes in it just don't kind of work as much as they did the first viewing.
Mm. Yeah, except for Guardians of the Galaxy. That might be
Guardians of the Galaxy is amazing, but that's because of James Gunn. James Gunn has impeccable taste for that kind of tone.
And even though we didn't hear any word coming out of Wonder Woman, I actually sort of like what Gal Gadot's doing with Wonder Woman, actually.
Yeah, I don't get the criticism against her.
Yeah, even though she's only had a few shots in the trailer, I actually think she actually might do a really good job in as this role. So
I will have to wait and see. It's just one of those movies.
Yeah, I'm just hoping, because then again, I had no problem with Jesse Eisenberg, and now I'm severely let down by after what I saw from the trailer. So I'm hoping it's different. I'm hoping it's different when I eventually see the movie. So
yeah,
I want to say that Jesse Eisenberg was the best thing about the movie. That's what I want to say.
You're probably right. I kind of am regretting my opening statement now. I should rephrase it. I'm hopeful that Jesse Eisenberg, because this could be the trailer could have taken things out of context. I'm hoping he will be a layered villain, and he might be something different. But never know.
And talk about layered villains, Suicide Squad.
That was the other thing from Warner Brothers. I think that was the bigger thing. That was actually a pretty cool trailer. It's an interesting concept.
I love the trailer. I've never been this excited now for a DC film ever. So this is like on the top of my list now for next year. Suicide Squad. Holy crap, that trailer was awesome.
It was an amazing trailer. I think DC does a very good job with its trailers most of the time, except for the stupid teaser it had for BVS. But this like, I can't believe we wouldn't have got this if it hadn't leaked. We wouldn't have seen the high definition version if it hadn't have leaked in the low def. And I'm just like I'm so optimistic for it that I'm just cautious. I'm not sure. It seems a little bit more fun, but really all that the trailer focused on was Harley Quinn. Really.
Yeah. DC fun. What?
Yeah, Harley Quinn looks amazing, right? And her portrayal, Margot Robbie's portrayal, looks really well. But really, the film will depend on the supporting characters. I know that, like the Joker and Harley Quinn will probably be more of the focus of the film. But it'll be the rest of the Suicide Squad that really didn't have much room to shine in the trailer that will make or break the movie, I think. So, well, Deadshot and Killer Croc and I don't know all the names, but those guys, yeah.
I think the supporting players are going to be really good. I mean, they got a great cast. Got Viola Davis.
Good cast.
Even Jai Courtney. Jai Courtney, who has never impressed me in a movie at all.
Yeah.
Actually, looks just the one line he got in the trailer. Looks like he might pull it off in this movie.
This might be the one. This might be the one that improves his record.
I'm hoping. The only performance is Divergent, and that was sort of a likable performance from him. So I'm hoping this is the one he shines.
Well, he's definitely. I don't think he was very well loved after Die Hard 5, but.
Or maybe Terminator 5 as well.
No.
Yeah, Suicide Squad. I'm really looking forward to it. Is Batman in this movie? Because
it's rumors. I don't think it's been confirmed, but there was like a shot in the trailer that looked like.
Yeah, it looked like there was Batman at the top of it on Harley's car or something. So I don't know if Batman's in it or not. He might be. Ben Affleck might be.
basically, bottom line is this is the birth of the DCCU right here. We're witnessing the birth of the DCCU. If it succeeds, it's going to be amazing. If it fails, it's going to be amazing in a completely different way. It's going to be spectacular failure. That's going to be spectacular success or spectacular failure. You're not going to get a middle ground. And I'm really hoping. I always hope for success, so I'm really hoping it's great.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping Batman v Superman. I'm still not really super pumped for, so that's the one that DC has to like impress me the most. But Suicide Squad, I'm pretty much rooting for it to be great now.
Zack Snyder's going to direct the Justice League movies.
So yeah, Batman v Superman's really good. So we at least have some faith in the Justice League parts later on. So he's hoping for that. And just also saying about Suicide Squad's, I think the dark tone works well with this movie.
Yeah, it's dark, but it's a dark aesthetic. It's a dark aesthetic. I don't think it's going to have a dark tone. It's not going to have a dramatic tone, I don't think.
Yeah, but I just really like the darkness more so than Batman v Superman. So much better. I just feel like it fits with these group of villains.
You need the darkness sometimes, and sometimes you need the light.
Yeah. Oh, and I haven't said anything. Jared Leto looks like he's going to do a really great job as the Joker.
Even though unconventional Joker, and not many people are very happy with him, but I think they needed to go as far away from Heath Ledger as possible because they can't copy that, they can't replicate that.
Yeah, I was a bit worried. I did like that they want to really change it up, the Joker, but I was a bit worried about how is he going to bring life to this new version of the Joker, and it looks like he's going to do extremely well from the looks of just judging the trailer. So yeah, there's that. Any last words of Batman v Superman or Suicide Squad?
I think I've pretty much covered DCCU. It's still Comic-Con, it's still early days, and until the film comes out, we won't know for sure what the DCCU will look like, really.
But at the moment, with fan anticipation and just judging the view count of both of them, it looks like they're going to do extremely. At least it's going to do well box office wise financially.
It's definitely going to do well at the box office.
And also just something about Warner Brothers. They've been trying to get the trailer out for taking down 48 hours of Suicide Squad. That's why there was a bit of a delay for that trailer to come online. And it was always meant to be just for Comic-Con. I'm sort of surprised that Warner Brothers isn't happy that it's like people are really excited for it. Like I wouldn't have been excited if I didn't see this trailer. I know I'm fully blown. I think it's gonna be one of my favorite
It's
films.
just a bit early, I think. The movie's still quite a while away.
Yeah, it is a bit early, but still, you know, the word's out there on the movie now, and people.
Yeah. I mean, look. You just have to compare when the Age of Ultron trailer leaked last year to this thing leaking, and Marvel handled it with very, like, kind of positive light. Really, they just released it. They're like, "Damn it, Hydra, just release it anyway," and it worked great.
Their way was more like an apology that they wanted this to only be seen from the Comic-Con fans and not like the general public at all.
Yeah. But Comic-Con fans got it 2 days early. Isn't that good enough?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 2 days early.
All right, let's move on.
And also talking about the DCU, because we haven't talked about that enough yet. Apparently, there's a standalone Batman film in the works with Ben Affleck co-writing and directing the standalone film with screenwriter Jeff Johns. Affleck will supposedly start production on this Batman film after his next directing gig, Live by Night. Now,
you go on.
Take this with a grain of salt because Warner Bros. Hasn't officially announced it or anything.
I'm surprised they didn't announce it. If it was true, they would have. I think they would have announced it. They're probably still in the early talks.
Yeah, I think it seems logical, but I don't see it happening for a while. I was assuming that they were going to do something like this after if Batman v Superman is like well liked. People loved Ben Affleck's take on Batman, and then I thought they were going to announce like a standalone Batman film after that. just to see how well Ben Affleck's Batman will do with the audience. Because if no one likes it, then no one's going to see another film with him in it. So,
No, well, I don't know. I don't want to linger too long on the DCCU because we've already talked so much about it, and I don't want to repeat myself. But
I've got nothing else. So you can
I think they really, I think they really, I think they really stand a good chance with if they plan this well, that they can carry it through to be something as good and as well paced as the MCU has been. And that's basically all I'm saying. That this is just one example, and they need to pick good directors, and Ben Affleck's a great director, so there you go.
Yeah, I think it's definitely happening with him. It's just it's going to happen sooner than later than sooner. So, and this is about the only thing non-Comic-Con I could find this week. John C. Reilly announces Wreck-It Ralph 2, which is strange that Disney hasn't officially announced this at any capacity. We've only heard talks about Wreck-It Ralph 2 for a long time now, and Disney still hasn't really officially announced it. So everyone else is coming about to say it. The director's coming out saying that this is a thing. It's in writing. It's probably finished writing now. The script's probably done, and the composer's coming back for it, and he's talked about it too. And now we've got John C. Reilly talking about it.
I'm not surprised. Not surprised if Wreck-It Ralph 2 happens. But I won't be surprised. I'll be very happy, but I don't think it's going to be for a long time. In year, it's not going to be till after Frozen 2, which is already.
No, I think it's going to be before.
No, it's going to be after Frozen 2.
No, it's going to be before.
We'll take a bet.
Let's put money down.
Let's put money on this. I reckon Wreck-It Ralph 2 will be 2020 at the earliest.
I've got a couple of things why I think Wreck-It Ralph 2 is happening way sooner than later. Is one thing, the Frozen brand's still strong. That can survive a couple of years without hiatus because there'll be new toys, there'll be new everything with Frozen for a while just to anticipate for the sequel's release. Wreck-It Ralph, on the other hand, does not have that leverage that Frozen has. If it waits anymore, people will forget about it in the slate of other Disney films. Second, Wreck-It Ralph 2 has been supposedly been working on the script since December 2013. This film has been in pre-production for a while now, and it sounds like with John C. Reilly coming back, it sounds like they're about to start prepping up production for it, and they start animating it by at least next year. Then there's a November 2018 date that still has not been slated for anything, and that could fill Wreck-It Ralph 2. The first one was November 2012.
I don't know whether they want to turn into Pixar and have back-to-back sequels, though.
Well, I'm sure that it doesn't matter with Frozen 2. If they can have Frozen 2 2019, I'm sure it doesn't really matter because it's Frozen 2.
Have it in 2030 and everybody will still want to go and see it. No, but I think you say that for Wreck-It Ralph, but Frozen and Frozen 2 are the same. Just like they have so much more momentum from the start. So, like, if you release Frozen 2 3 years after Frozen, then you're going to get, like, the momentum is still going to be huge. It's going to be big. It's just not going to be as huge as 3. It's like Despicable Me. They released them so well together that they just keep breaking records because they're perfectly timed. 2 years is the perfect timing between animated films.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter at all. It depends on the quality. Minions could be dropping big time next week because I've seen the movie and it's just.
You've seen every movie. How do you have time? Well, I should be seeing every movie too, but because I'm just as much part of this site, but I just don't have the time. But anyway,
yeah, I think Wreck-It Ralph 2 is happening. November 2018 is the date because I don't even think Frozen 2 has even started a screenplay yet. I think they've got ideas, but probably haven't fully realized yet. So, and I think Wreck-It Ralph 2 has been in production for pre-production for quite a while now.
Well, we'll take bets on that. I reckon it's going to come out after Frozen 2. Whether that's a good idea or not.
We shall see who wins. Disney will announce Wreck-It Ralph 2 next month, and I'll say November 2018. I'll be like, yes, I was right. I don't know. It just feels like they announced Frozen 2 back in a couple months ago, and it feels like 3 years just to work on the sequel. I mean, Frozen 2 should be the one you don't want that to fail at all. That's the one everyone is highly like their anticipation levels is like to the roof for that one. That's the one you don't want to let people down. So
No.
that's my take on that.
You know, they've already kind of announced that one. They haven't properly announced Raph 2. So.
Yeah, I find it odd for some reason. That's all I've got for movie news. Anything that's...
Really? Nothing else from Comic-Con? There were other panels.
I skipped all of them.
Star Wars?
No, I've been trying to... I saw just like 2 or 3 pictures. I'm trying to stay away from anything Star Wars. Like, I want to stay away from all the other trailers now. I just want to wait till the film comes out now. I don't want...
Yeah, no, but like, yeah, they didn't really reveal much at the Star Wars panel. They just basically reiterated that they were doing it for the fans, and like they wouldn't be there without the fans. And I think they dropped a few bits of information about where Rogue One fits in the canon, the timeline, and but mainly they stuck to talking about The Force Awakens, which is coming out soon anyway, so it wasn't as big as the Warner Brothers panel there. Obviously, they're saving the big things for D23. It was obvious. Like, it was kind of a humdrum panel compared to the other big studios. Fox. I can't believe you haven't mentioned Fox. Fox had huge stuff. We haven't seen the Deadpool trailer.
Fox, the Forgotten Fantastic Four. I almost actually forgot about that movie until like last week when we saw Minions. I saw the trailer. I was like, oh, that's right.
Yeah. I forget about that movie every 5 seconds. I'm like Dory when it comes to that movie. But I'm saying Deadpool had a huge reaction at its panel when its trailer was released. So I think, I don't know. I can't wait to see that trailer. Just release it. When that trailer is released, we'll talk about it, okay? But apparently, Deadpool trailer was released and it got a really positive reaction.
Oh, that's good. The test footage did nothing for me, so I'm hoping this trailer is really good. I'm not really...
They did talk about Apocalypse. I really skimmed Comic-Con news this weekend too, but...
they didn't have a trailer for Apocalypse?
No. I don't think so. No.
It's been in production for a while. I thought they would have at least a teaser or something.
They ended the panel with all of the cast that were there for Apocalypse, Wolverine, Deadpool, and Channing Tatum comes out as Gambit.
It seems so odd. Channing Tatum. We're talking about X-Men, and Channing Tatum comes out. It seems so odd. Channing Tatum is part of the X-Men.
Channing Tatum's... Damn it, Channing Tatum, you should have been in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, not the Fox Cinematic Universe. Anyway, so that's Comic-Con. I just thought we'd better wrap up because it should have been bigger, and it was kind of a disappointing Comic-Con all around because really the big panel was Warner Brothers, and outside of Warner Brothers, nothing really hit the net. Nothing new, no big news, no new movies even, you know? It was kind of... There's no real new movies. Can you think of any big new movies that were announced?
Nope.
Not a single one. I can't think of a single one. Last year we had Kong Skull Island or whatever announced from Legendary.
Oh yeah, we did. Pacific Rim 2 was announced as well, I think.
Pacific Rim 2. Yeah, we had there's 2012 Marvel announced Guardians of the Galaxy. They announced Captain America 2. They announced they gave the date for Avengers 2, and they announced Ant-Man. And I'm like, that was such a huge panel. And ever since then, I don't think I've ever had a Comic-Con panel that's been that great in terms of just dropping bombs everywhere.
Even last year, they announced Guardians of the Galaxy 2 before the first one came out.
Last year at least that was something. And 2 years ago it was the subtitle Age of Ultron. Wow, gosh, that doesn't feel like 2 years ago, but that was 2 years ago there. Anyway, yeah. So Comic-Con's over for another year. D23 will be the big one this year. That's where they're going to drop all the bombs. Disney's going to be like, that's Comic-Con. We've got our own convention.
Yeah, it will only be Disney properties though, so it's
Yeah.
so for other companies to drop the ball besides Warner Bros. And DC because they're the ones that really overshadowed Comic Con
Yeah.
completely. It's a bit
I
disappointing.
don't know what's going on with Paramount and Legendary. Don't know what's going on.
Paramount and Legendary. I thought
Yeah, they weren't Comic Con.
I thought that Legendary was Universal. It is.
What did they talk about? I don't know. But anyway, they should talk more about Godzilla and Skull Island, whatever it is. And they've got other properties too that I can't remember. But
When's
Universal owns Jurassic World.
Is that coming out next year?
Hmm?
Is King Kong coming out next year?
No, I have no idea. I have no idea. We should move on, though. We should move on.
Yeah. Box office.
Yeah.
Wise. Number 5, we have The Gallows with $10 million. Number 4, we have Terminator Genesis with 13.7 for a total of 68.7 million. And number 3, we have Inside Out with 17.1 million for a total of 283.6 million. And number 2, we have Jurassic World with 18.1 million for a total of 590.6 million. And number 1, we have Minions with 115.2 million for a total of 115.2 million. Don't know why I put that there, but okay. Yeah, so obviously Minions was the big one this weekend for being the now claiming the second highest opening weekend for an animated film over Toy Story 3 with 110 million. But couldn't quite beat Shrek the Third that Universal was hoping they were going to break the record for because, you know, Universal, they just want to break all the records this year.
Yeah, no, what's going on? I'm so confused. I don't know how they've planned this for a long time. They're like, no one will see us coming. They're just going strength from strength. It's not just the one big movie. Yeah, most studios would be happy with just one huge movie. They'd be happy with Jurassic World. They'd be like, oh my god, imagine if Lionsgate got Jurassic World and Lionsgate just like blew away all the records. Lionsgate would be popping open champagne like every day for the rest of the year. But Universal's like, no, let's not stop there. Let's go for Minions and Furious 7 and everything as well.
Yeah,
champagne. I think they have swimming pools of champagne back at Universal headquarters.
Probably do. The only ones that don't invite is Ted, because I feel like Ted 2 is the only real disappointment from Universal this year. Besides Ted 2, I think everything's been like really outperforming. Pitch Perfect 2, 50 Shades of Grey, Fury 7, Jurassic World, and Minions. I mean,
I think they've actually released every movie this year. That sounds like every movie that was successful this year.
Pretty much, with the exception of Avengers. There, that's pretty much it. Surprise! You guessed it. You said it was going to get over $100 million for last week. I said it was going to get 90, so you guessed it pretty much in the ballpark there.
Yeah, I didn't think it'd get 115 though. That still surprised me.
Which means the Minions are more better than a Woody and the Buzz. What's going on?
The key with Minions was its marketing. I read somewhere that with marketing and marketing and the actual production budget put together, Minions cost over $600 million. That's with marketing. That's all total costs. Over $600 million. So they're hoping to make all that back through the movie, the merchandising, everything. That is huge. You don't even like. No, I'm not joking. Over $600 million.
The film's budget is quite small. It's only $74 million. The fact that they spent over $500 million on marketing is,
yes.
So is that why there's like Tic Tac Minions and I don't know what else is there? There's like
You can't step outside. Especially when the movie came out, you could not step outside the front door here in Sydney. You couldn't step outside a front door without seeing a Minion. Like there were Minions everywhere. Like you have no idea. They were on buses. They were on signs. They were walking down the street and giving people high fives. Minions everywhere.
Spend that much.
And that's just Sydney. Like this is a worldwide marketing campaign. Imagine like they're probably skydiving off buildings in Hong Kong as minions, and
I don't see why a studio has to say, "Oh, we're just gonna spend,
it
500."
worked pretty well for them that opening weekend.
Yeah, but still, I mean, Minions. People are going to see them because they know the Despicable Me. You see a bloody Minion, if you love the Despicable Me movies, you're going to see that movie no matter what. So it didn't really need all that money
Probably
towards.
didn't. No, probably didn't. But I don't think I've ever seen a more aggressive marketing campaign for a movie.
Yeah, they're pretty much doing it everywhere.
I've not seen a marketing campaign as strong as Minions ever, which is incredible. I've seen some pretty strong ones over the years. Never seen one as strong as Minions. Even Jurassic World had a pretty big one, but that pales compared to Minions.
Mm-hmm. God, what the hell are they going to do? This one's Minions to make $1 billion at the box office. We're going to spend $1 billion on Despicable Me 3. Marketing everywhere.
Oh my god, don't even start. I don't think I can handle it.
All the other movies did pretty good. Jurassic World is nearing 600 million. It might top
Yes,
the Avengers, but not three.
Definitely get there.
Inside Out actually had a pretty small drop actually compared to Minions being released. So that's the way it's going. Inside Out's going to be the third highest Pixar film domestically, which is pretty impressive. It'll be the third movie that ever goes to 300.
Yeah.
So Inside Out's doing really good for Pixar.
It's good. Yeah. It's been a great year. I remember everybody saying in May, like, the box office, what's happening? And like, it's just not holding up to the expectations. Like, even Avengers didn't make as much as it was expected, and Furious 7 was the only real surprise. 50 Shades of Grey made a lot, but it still didn't do like blockbuster numbers.
569
Kingsman was a bit of a surprise, but modest. What's that?
569 million worldwide is not blockbuster numbers for a film like that.
Oh, it's a blockbuster. It's a blockbuster, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not the book sold more than Harry Potter or whatever. It's not that kind of big. Like, the books are still huge for some reason, but the movie just didn't kind of live up to the hype, I don't think.
Yeah, the sequel's going to be the testament to see how well people.
I just think it is funny how in May we were talking about how the box office for 2015 was disappointing, considering it was supposed to be the bumper year, it was supposed to be the big year, and then June and July come along and it's like, oh wait, we take it all back.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that we'll have any other ones in August next month? Fantastic Four?
I don't think we've seen the last of the box office this year. I think that obviously December is going to be massive, and November and December are going to be massive. I think we're going to have a stronger than normal September, October, so the fall period. But I think in terms of individual movies, we're about to talk about this, but I think Ant-Man will surprise. And I think, I don't know, I'm not familiar with what's coming out next month. I think Rogue Nation is coming out soon. I don't think that's going to be a runaway success, but it'll be about the same as MI4. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I can't predict it. I could never have predicted Jurassic World making that much money. I couldn't have predicted Furious 7. Couldn't have predicted Minions making that much either. So, or Inside Out. It's all been surprises this last 2-3 months.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. For last week, I won with a perfect score of 5 out of 5, which takes my yearly total to 14, and you're on 16, still in the lead by 2 points. Ahead of predictions, I'm going to start off first because you went last week. I'm going 5 out of 5 again, Nick. You watch and see. At number 5, I got Jurassic World. At number 4, I got Inside Out. Number 3, Trainwreck. Number 2, Minions. And number 1, Ant-Man.
You stole my predictions. Those are exactly my predictions. If you get 5 out of 5, I'm going to come after you. I'll hunt you down, and I will kill you. But no. Okay, I have to change that now. All right, what the hell? At number 5, I've got Inside Out. At number 4, Jurassic World. Number 3, Trainwreck. number 2, Minions, and number 1, Ant-Man.
Oh,
Because I think it always comes down to Inside Out Jurassic World. For the last month and a half, it's been coming down to Inside Out.
they've been very close. They're like since Inside Out was released, they've been really neck to neck, really. Since them two, it's like it could go one way or it could go the other way, really, pretty much.
But just before we leave box office, Ant-Man box office predictions. What do you think?
Ooh, Ant-Man. Well, everyone's sort of predicting about 60, 65 million, sort of in the same.
65, I've heard, yeah.
Or I'm gonna say, because everything else is like a been a surprise. I'm gonna say 80 million.
That was what I was going to say. I reckon 80 million. I think it's going to surprise. It's going to be 75 million, I think, at least. I'll be surprised if it's under 70, personally, based on the Marvel brand and just the marketing. It's been decent for Ant-Man too.
Pull it off. I think that's why I'm predicting Marvel brand now.
And the reviews have been quite strong, I've heard too. So that's good news.
Yeah. So I think it's definitely going to be. I think going to be a surprise.
At least 70. But I think 80.
70 at least. That should be the minimal. 70 to whatever. 200, 400, whatever.
It's going to be the new...
Imagine...
It's going to be Jurassic World's opening weekend record.
Yeah, imagine Ant-Man beats it. Or like a film. What would the headlines be?
I think the internet would break. I think all film sites would just like completely die. So you'd have to tune in on Facebook to see everything films news to know what was happening in the world of cinema.
Well, that wraps up this week's episode. We are planning on doing Talking Film every fortnight now, so we will let everyone know on our Facebook page when the new date is, when we're going to do it every fortnight. So until 2 weeks time, until next time.
I think it will be, just before we go, I think it will be Wednesdays every fortnight. So Wednesday, 2 weeks from now.
Okay, yeah, every fortnight, every Wednesday fortnight.
Okay.
Don't know what time yet, so.
No, we don't know what time. We'll update then.
Yeah. Okay. Until next time. Bye bye.
Until next time. Bye.